What's going on, Jerome's garage even messier than usual. It's kind of weird, but a raw, real garage rant. I've been kicked to the outdoors. But with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, I want to believe, man. Like I want to believe that there's a different way to approach things. I want to believe that the analytics and the new age stuff is the way to go. And mixed results so far. The 2022 draft class still TBD. 2023, you had Addison, you had Ivan Pace Jr. Respect. Also, looks like Mekhi Blackman could be a player as well. But then you get into Marcus Davenport. It didn't quite work out. And Kwesi and this competitive rebuild, working with Kevin O'Connell, had a really good season. 13-4, wanting some more, win the division 2022. Last year, probably would have been in the thick of the divisional race if Kirk didn't pop his Achilles. It sort of is what it is. And I like to give regimes 3 years to see what they're really made of. And now heading to year 3, and now they're basically trying to turn the ship around, and it could potentially be the most important and transformative offseason for the Vikings in franchise history. And right now it seems like the calm before the storm. And what happens with Kirk Cousins, what happens with the draft, what happens with Justin Jefferson, what happens with Danielle Hunter. All pillars of the franchise going forward. And Kwesi's made a significant error with Kirk Cousins and Danielle Hunter. And I know, people like to point out, well, Kwesi should have got the Lions' first-round pick when trading down from 12 to 32 in 2022. Kwesi shouldn't have passed Jordan Davis or Kyle Hamilton, and shouldn't have taken Lewis Cine at 32 in 2022. Fully understand that, right? But the negotiations with Kirk and Danielle messed up. It's a little bit messed up. So starting with Kirk. So when the Vikings added his 1-year, $35 million extension, it did add void years. Now, the window for the franchise tag this offseason and when his contract voids do not line up. So his contract will not void in time for him to be franchise tagged. Now, Kirk would be on his third franchise tag, so it would be a bajillion dollars, right? But in terms of giving the Vikings flexibility of potentially working out a tag and trade deal and getting something of tangible, immediate value, it's gone. It's gone. And the Vikings, even though the tag would have been $11 bajillion, it could have been worked out. It could have been worked out for the minimal time that he's actually on the roster, blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing about it is now Kirk is free and clear to leave. And it seems like from all of his comments is he keeps talking about March. He keeps talking about weighing his options in March. So he's going to hit open free agency. And there will be teams that will be jockeying for his services, and the Vikings could be priced out. And maybe this was the plan all along. Maybe that's why the Vikings turned down Kirk's overtures last offseason, reportedly, where Kirk was looking for a 3-year extension. The Vikings wanted to do a 1-year Band-Aid deal. Nothing came about because they still wanted that flexibility head into this year where the 2024 NFL draft class could be one of the deepest quarterback classes in NFL history. Certainly possible. Now, with Danielle... So Danielle, after his 5-year, $72 million extension that he signed back in 2018, a Spielman deal, the last 3 off seasons, actually it might be 4, they've reworked the contract because it was below market at the time. And even though the Vikings had full control, respect, they were able to get Danielle up to somewhat of a market value. All right, and last off season when Danielle was having his hold in, Kwesi, respect, was able to get something done, getting Danielle $20 million in compensation, which he maxed out all of his sack incentives, which was fantastic for him. And also, there was a provision where the Vikings could not franchise tag him this offseason, so he would hit open free agency. And we did have a video today outlining all of the free agent options for Danielle. Basically, every single team in the league could add Danielle Hunter. He's proven that he can play in a multitude of schemes. He's proven that he's healthy. Career high in sacks with 16.5 this season, as well as tied for number 1 in tackles for loss. Plays the run, team leader, leads by example. Still has multiple years left, so he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. And again, another major error is that the Vikings. It would have been great to have the option to franchise tag Danielle or at minimum tag and trade. But Kwesi gave that up in negotiations, working out the 1-year, $20 million deal with Danielle. And I feel like that's a significant unforced error on his part, where Kirk and Danielle could both leave this offseason, and all that the Vikings would get in return is them being entered into the 2025 compensatory pick formula. They'll probably get 2 third-rounders each, depending on what the Vikings do in free agency. And if they sign a bunch of guys, maybe it cancels things out. All right, so that seems like a bit of an error. Right? And did they have to add the void years so that they couldn't franchise Kirk? Maybe. Did Kwesi have to give up the whole franchise tag proviso so they couldn't tag and trade, or they couldn't just straight up franchise tag Danielle? Maybe. But it's super frustrating. It is. Where now, well, not only that, because this isn't like Dalvin Cook being cut and also proven that he doesn't have any more with the Jets. This is not Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson being let go and him signing for $14 million with the Browns and being whatever. This is not Patrick Peterson being let go and being asked thank you with the Steelers. This is not Thielen being let go, being overpaid by the Panthers and racking up and stacking up some garbage time stats with Bryce Young. This ain't that. I mean, Danielle Hunter could still play like a top 5 edge in the game for the next 4 or 5 seasons. Kirk Cousins, in the right situation, could take a team potentially to a Super Bowl if everything is correct around him. So this could haunt the team. You could have legitimately an offense being led by Kirk Cousins going deep into the playoffs, potentially the Super Bowl, as well as Danielle Hunter being top 3, top 5 in the league in sacks and pressures and run stuffs for the next 3 to 5 years. And the Vikings would have gotten nothing, nada, for them. It's tough, man. It's tough. But having faith. Hopefully that 2022 draft class will work out. Hopefully Kwesi's moves in free agency will work out. Hopefully if they do let Kirk go, there's a plan to go get your guy, sticking and picking, trading up, trading down, doing whatever, and then restock things on the edge. And I don't know. Like, there's so much uncertainty this offseason. And again, I want to believe in Kwesi, but we're coming up on year 3, and something positive's got to happen, man. Yeah, something has to get done. But yes, I know the errors. Yes, I know the whole, maybe giving in to Hawkinson and his holding and his migraines and all of the not getting the Lions' first-round pick in the trade and Hamilton and Jordan Davis and Lewis Cine and blah, blah, blah. But painting yourself into a corner where Kirk and Danielle can leave for next to nothing and you get 0 immediate compensation, that's pretty bad. It's pretty rough, man. Anyways, that's it. Raw, real garage rant. You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.